Open the door. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo! Oh my god!
Oh, it's just like, I do too much. Chat, word to my mother, the cops are here. Word to my mother, but I don't know how to think I'm an address. Chat, I literally called the cops. If I hung up mad quick, they'll put up. Yeah, they track our phones.
I got
No, word my mother. It was not me. Oh God, I'm word my mother.
Why are you throwing water
on my mother?
security
On my mother.
face?
On my mother's soul was not me.
Hey, turn the camera off, man.
Huh?
Turn the camera off.
No, on my mother's life. Of course, was not
No,
me.
that's crazy. You throw water in the security face, bro. Responsibility for the part you did wrong,
I said, I
bro.
apologize for that. I'm saying the only reason I said to do it is because I thought Jamal already told me to do it. That's why. So I took responsibility.
But you know that was wrong. Throw it in security face. We are literally
That's like shooting yourself with a gun. You literally taking out the people that's keeping you safe.
Like, we're literally gonna take a bullet for y'all. Do you know that, right? We put our life on the line for y'all.
What, nigga? Oh, wait. Get that nigga.
Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, nigga. Oh yeah, where your man at, nigga?
Chill, carry me.
I told you not to trust these niggas. Bitch, don't not do that. You know we got bleed. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Come on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, catch that. Y'all might be suspended. Y'all good? No.
Yo!
Hey, niggas was getting it. You want some money back?
Oh, this right here?
Get your shit back, nigga. Get your shit back, nigga. No. Bitch. Let that bitch loose. Why you choke little cuz out like that?
Picture this. You're a 16-year-old rising star in the streaming world, surrounded by a massive fan base and endless opportunities. But instead of focusing on your craft, you decide to call the police as part of a prank just because your hairdresser made a small mistake. Sounds completely insane, right? Well, that's exactly what 16-year-old streamer Rakai did. And believe it or not, this was just one of the many outrageous stunts he's pulled that have caused a massive stir in the streaming community. From calling 911 as a prank to reckless, destructive content that borders on dangerous, Rakai's actions have pushed the limits of what's acceptable. But here's the big question. When do we stop calling it a kid making dumb mistakes and start holding him accountable for his actions? At what point do we stop making excuses for his age and start recognizing that these pranks and stunts are no longer funny, but problematic? In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into Rakai's controversial rise to fame, the outrageous content that has everyone talking, and the serious consequences of his actions. So, sit tight because we're about to break down just how far one young streamer is willing to go for content and whether or not there's a line he's crossing that can never be uncrossed.
Nigga, you should be my motherfucking neck, nigga. I ain't shooting. Yes, you did. Hold on, watch out. Stop. No, hold on, nigga, that shit hurt. Nigga, chill out. I didn't shoot you, bro. You shot my motherfucking neck, nigga, that shit hurt. What did you do? Stop, bro. What did you do? I'm on your side. I didn't shoot nobody. Everybody has an Orby gun. What's not me? Nigga, I see you shooting at me, though. Chill, it's in my eye, but chill. Yo. Oh, nigga, how you shoot my finger in my fucking neck?
Hey, the Orby gun, chill. Just chill.
I don't chill, bro. Give me this shit, bro. This motherfucker hurt. How about I put this motherfucker down? This motherfucker hurt.
Yeah, hey, yo, no. Hey, dead ass. Hold on, hold, stop. I'm dead ass. Stop. Chill out.
Rakai, a 16-year-old streamer, burst onto the scene with the kind of energy and charisma that immediately caught the attention of viewers and content creators alike. His big break came when he was dubbed a clone of the famous streamer Kai Cenat, a title that both catapulted him into the spotlight and gave him the opportunity to learn from one of the biggest stars in the industry. Before long, Rakai's name was spreading like wildfire, and it wasn't just because of his resemblance to Kai. His unique style and fresh take on streaming quickly won him a dedicated fan base. Kai Cenat, seeing the potential in the young star, took Rakai under his wing. This mentorship led to some major opportunities. Rakai was invited to collaborate with top-tier creators, and soon after, he was flown out to live in the Cloverboy house, a content house that was the dream environment for any aspiring influencer. It seemed like everything was falling into place for Rakai. He was surrounded by other talented streamers, creating content that had the potential to go viral, and his career was on an unstoppable upward trajectory. But as the months went by, things started to change. What was once an exciting and promising career began to take a dangerous turn. Instead of producing the type of innovative, engaging content that made him a rising star, Rakai's videos started to reflect a reckless mindset, one that prioritized shock value and controversy over creativity and responsibility. What began as a promising journey towards becoming a major influencer started spiraling into something far more troubling, as Rakai's stunts grew more outlandish and, in some cases, downright dangerous. One of the most talked about moments in Rakai's career was when he called 911 over a simple mistake his hairdresser made.
Hello?
Cobb County. This is Cobb County 911. What is the location of your emergency?
Yes, you can. Oh my fucking gosh. Yes, you can go to jail for prank calls to the police especially and call Allah. Oh my god, bruh.
What started as a harmless prank quickly spiraled into a full-blown disaster. Instead of laughing it off or addressing it in a calm manner, Rakai decided to escalate the situation by dialing the police and hanging up, thinking it would be a funny content moment. But what he failed to realize was the real-world consequences of his actions. Calling 911 and immediately hanging up isn't just a prank, it's a serious misuse of emergency services that can divert crucial resources away from people in real danger. The repercussions of his reckless actions were swift and unforgiving. Viewers, many of whom had previously supported him, were left stunned and disappointed. The backlash came hard and fast, with fans and critics alike questioning his judgment and maturity. But beyond the immediate criticism, the incident raised a much larger and more troubling question: when does content stop being just entertainment and start becoming a dangerous and irresponsible act? As a young streamer with a growing platform, Rakai should have known better than to make light of something as serious as involving the police in a non-emergency. This wasn't just a harmless moment, it was a reckless decision that reflected poorly on him as both a content creator and a person. For someone still trying to establish his identity in the streaming world, this mistake was a major setback, one that highlighted a deeper issue. Was he truly prepared for the responsibility that came with his newfound fame? And it doesn't stop there. Rakai also made headlines for burning a signed LeBron jersey.
It's not for LeBron, it's for Tyler jeans. You talking about?
Chill, bro. You're burning a LeBron jersey.
Something most people would consider a treasure, especially for a fan. But to him, it was just another content moment. Then came the destruction of a television that was meant as a gift for someone else. It wasn't just a mistake, it was a reckless move that showed a lack of respect for others. This wasn't the harmless fun of a kid having a good time, this was the actions of someone who hadn't learned to take responsibility. As a 16-year-old, Rakai has the ability to understand right from wrong, yet his actions say otherwise. One incident saw him hit a girl girl in the eye with an Orbeez. What started as a prank quickly escalated into something much more serious, with the girl possibly needing medical attention.
You okay? What is it, water?
No, somebody shot me in the eye. Pee-pee gun.
Okay. Okay, let's get you downstairs.
Okay.
Let's get you downstairs. Let's hit the stairs. Actually, elevator. How what are you feeling like?
It just really watery.
Okay, just so you know, your eyes don't look crazy. They're a little red, but they don't look crazy. Okay? Damn.
I shielded it from Kai too. I protected him.
Which Kai?
Kai Sinet.
He was here?
Yeah, he was on the floor. He was next to me when I got shot.
Oh, shit.
Agents.
Yo, what up? I don't know.
Let's make a deal. I got guns. I got your shit back. Work with me. This is all we need.
What the fuck is happening?
I stole everybody's shit, Agent.
At what point do we stop making excuses for his age and start holding him accountable for the harm he's causing? These aren't just mistakes anymore, they're red flags. So what's influencing Rakai to act like this? The W or L community is known for pushing boundaries when it comes to content. From harmless pranks to full-on chaos, the line between what's acceptable and what's not is often blurred. Rakai isn't the only one in this space. He's surrounded by other streamers doing similar things, like throwing mattresses in pools or lighting fireworks indoors. When you're young, impressionable, and looking up to these creators, it's easy to think that these crazy antics are just part of the job. But does that mean Rakai should get a pass for mimicking them? At the end of the day, can we really blame Rakai for everything he's doing? His environment is playing a big role in shaping his actions. He's surrounded by older influencers who've been doing outrageous content for years, but that doesn't excuse his behavior. Mentors like Kai Cenat and AMP try their best to guide him, but it seems like the influence of the W or L community is too strong. Should a 16-year-old even be in this kind of environment? Can he find his way without losing himself to the chaos? Rakai's journey is a reflection of a bigger issue in the streaming world. His rise to fame was fueled by reckless content, but now he's pushing the limits even further. It's hard to ignore the fact that his actions are part of a larger trend in the W or L community, a trend that's pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable. So, what happens next? Can Rakai learn from his mistakes, or is he doomed to keep making the same ones? And more importantly, what does this say about the future of content creation in the streaming world? Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think Rakai can turn things around, or is the damage already done? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. See you in the next one.